One, and we are now recording after our refreshing break. And it is now going to be Chad's turn, I think, right? We're up to Chad? If I remember correctly.
Okay.
Yes.
Chad, so you've seen Had and Pamela go ahead down that hall ahead of you.
Yeah.
And Pamila's yelled back, there's a couple stairways.
I think I should join them. I'd do a perception check over.
Okay.
So let's do a 2d20, and target number would be 12.
Okay.
So let's do that and see what there is. 2 and 13, so 1 success and 1 failure.
Okay, great. So you see that stairway ahead of you goes up to what seems to be another landing.
Yeah.
And the stairway, as you went past it, below you goes to a landing. It seems to be down at the bottom.
Okay.
So it's your choice. You could even move a little bit more if you like.
Let's go upward and see what we see.
Okay.
I think right about there. And I'll just peek above just a tiny bit.
Oh, you're being sneaky.
Carefully. And by the way, I've got my gun out just in case.
Oh, good. That's probably a good thing.
I don't know why. Nobody's attacked us today yet, so I've got my gun out.
Well, and you're the only one that saw that scurrying figure out, you know.
Yeah. Well, I know there's something up here somewhere, right?
Yeah. So, also with your success, we're just going to try and stream things around a little bit. And you see on the floor a bunch of little paw prints in the dust on the floor. In the corner to the upper right, you see a pile of what appears to be human bones.
Okay.
And you also see the entrance of, it seems like some kind of tunnel to the right, behind the pile of bones.
Wow.
That seems to go upwards. Oh, and so actually, I'm going to move your little dude, if you don't mind. I'm going to move your token.
No worries.
And you would actually, in order to see that, you would be here. You see how the stairway goes?
Yep.
So you'd be poking your head up there, taking a look around. You see animal tracks, and the ground, you see dead bone stuff, you see rubble, and you see this little weird entrance out there. And you also see that there looks to be a hallway just to the left of you. Okay, and that's going to be your turn, and then we're going to have, who's after that? Zax. Which would be Dane.
Okay. So again, with the flashlight out, and I'm just gonna. Whoops. Sorry. I got the great clicky thing. Why? Oh, that's because I'm not on my character. Sorry, I was grabbing the wrong person. My apologies. Inappropriate touching.
There's a lot of unwanted touching today, especially with statues. All
right. So I'm gonna go up here and I'm gonna join Had.
Well, again, okay, so you're gonna come up here. Okay. Did you want to flash your flashlight down past that first stairway going down at all? As you go by it, or no? Or you just want to go straight up where Chad went?
No, I can flash it down, but I want to go up.
Okay, well, that's fine. If you're just gonna ignore it, then that's fine.
Yep. And I'd like to check out this pile of skulls. Or bones.
Okay. Go ahead, do an investigation, reason, and passion.
Okay. One success.
Okay, these skeletons seem like maybe they're 20, 30 years old, which is relatively recent compared to the rest of the artifacts that you've seen down here so far. They're right in front of what seems to be some kind of like garbage chute. Okay. And there's a bunch of debris in there that's about, again, 30, 40 years old as well. And they're human bones. Okay.
You're breaking in and out, but I think it's just a bunch of refuse and bones and nothing of note.
Yeah. Except that what they're in front of, it seems to be some kind of garbage chute.
Okay.
And my clicker doesn't work so great either. So again, that's kind of a garbage chute thing. And just for fun, I will just draw a little square, and that is the garbage chute. Okay? Everyone can see that? Let's see.
Yep.
There we go. Move it up for our viewers. Now, do you do anything, tell anybody anything, say anything, whisper to Chad?
Yeah. So I just relayed to Chad because there seems to be a pile of bones and somebody's been throwing corpses down a garbage chute.
And that's it. I think I say, be careful, be careful. Something, there was a creature staring at me earlier. That's what I wanted.
Okay, great. Well, I still have my pistol out and I'm at the ready.
Okay, that brings us to Pamalia. I love it when Norm does Pamelia's voice. Do Pamelia's voice for Paula so she can know.
Yeah.
Paula, it's your turn. Turn your mic on. Turn on your mic, Paula. Come back, Paula.
Oh no.
Paula, come back.
I'm back.
It's your turn.
Yes.
Zach and Chad have boogied on past you.
Okay.
Up the stairs.
I'm curious about the stairs going down.
Huzzah! What would you like to do?
Go down the stairs.
All right. Let me show you what you see. Okay. So if you get to the base of the stairs, you will see a small chamber. And in that chamber, you will see on the floor this ring. This metal ring, which seems to be fairly common. A manhole to probably a sewer system.
Oh.
Okay.
Other
than that, there's nothing really else to see here. You could probably easily lift up that manhole if you like.
Uh-oh. We should do some haunting music. Something bad's gonna happen coming up somewhere, right?
What? Okay, I'm just gonna go back up because that's dirty work.
Did you want to call up to Had and get him to come and help you?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, Had hears you, comes down, and together you guys can both make a test to try and lift the manhole. Now, again, in teamwork, it works this way. One person's the leader, and that would be Pamalia. And then Had would be the assistant. Now, Pamalia, you're going to roll first. If you get one success, then Had can roll 1d20 and try to get you a success to add to your effort. Okay?
What's my target number?
Not you. I'm sorry, Had.
Oh, Had. Okay, sorry.
Had the rat. I know we should have made it different so it sounded better. So please go ahead and roll a might plus what would be good.
Reason?
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay, might and reason. That gives you a 10. And 2d, and you also have a momentum as well. But it's up to you. If you get one success, then we'll go ahead and have your assistant roll to see if he can help you as well.
Okay.
All right, 2 successes. Fantastic. And then what's his face? Had will roll 1d20, and Had's thing is 10. Roll. And wow, he's useless. He's pretty and good with a sword, but he's not that great with lifting. But you
like it.
yourself managed to lift that thing up. It was a DC of 2, so you don't generate any momentum, but you open it up and you look down, and it seems to be, again, an entrance to a sewer system that hasn't been used in eons, so it doesn't really stink or anything like that.
Great.
But it seems unblocked. And it's the right size if you want to climb in and
Investigate?
if you wanted to.
Yeah. I'll do that.
Okay, so let's just say that as you climb in and you go down a way, it leads you to a main sewer system. This was an outlet to this particular manhole, and with quite large tunnels underneath that could easily, they're about tunnels the size of like 20 feet wide, and they go on in various directions. So there's a maze of sewage system down there. And then as you kind of go down, climb down, you check it out, and you come back up, and you tell Had what you saw. And you can decide from there. And we'll let that be your turn, and you guys can decide what you want to do next turn. And we'll move to Patterson.
Hurrah! So am I down here on this plateau? Oh, sorry, I'm getting a bit of echo for some reason. Am I there on my own?
No, Tanza's with you.
Yeah, there is a lot of interference right now.
A lot of echo, and I don't know why. How's that? It's still quite bad, isn't it?
To be honest, everyone sounds good to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm just getting quite a lot of echo. How is it for everybody else?
I hear lots of echo.
Oh.
Someone might. It's difficult to pinpoint.
You might want to, when it's not your turn, maybe just check your levels on your mic under your sound, under the control panel sound, and maybe just check your levels, your input levels. But for now, you are on this platform. Tanza is standing with you, and you guys have seen these others kind of move ahead past you. The whole party's moved past you. You've seen them.
I'm going to do something funny here because it's the first time we've been alone for a while. I'm going to embrace her and tell her, oh, this could be the last moment we're alone for some time.
Tanza, feel free to roleplay with him. Tanza?
I may have shocked the poor girl into some silence.
Maybe she's still in the bathroom. Tanza, cool. Katie.
Well, we can skip back. Go on to someone else.
We haven't lost her, have we? Katie. Can you not hear me? No, we can't. Can't hear you. Make sure your mic's not on mute, please.
I was going to say, do we have her contact number or anything for her?
No, she's in Maine. I don't have.
I know she's in Maine or Massachusetts. Yeah.
Strange. Maybe Discord's playing up a bit.
Let me see.
Make sure you're not muted on Discord, and you would see a mute symbol next to your name. I don't see it, so I don't see you as being muted. Make sure you're plugged in.
I don't know if that's her real name, and
yeah, we can't hear you, Katie. Worst comes to worst, maybe turn off Discord and turn yourself back on again. Maybe log back in. Or if you have the app, try it on the browser version of Discord. That's what we did for Norman. It helped a lot.
Yeah, it did.
Right. Well, the echo's gone for me now. A little bit. I've just signed back in.
Let us know which one you're going to do. Maybe just check with your husband. Maybe he can help you with your mic like he did last time.
Would you guys? Do some of you want to have your goes, and we'll come back to that?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. So we'll put your turn on pause, and then we'll just double up on you guys when you come back. So we'll move back up to Chad.
Okay, so I think I want to go back over here. Let's see what is over here. Like, let's do a perception check over here.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
So I got a 12 and an 18. And my target number is 12.
Yeah, so that would still, because of the formula for targeting, you have to kind of check because it doesn't have an equal to. So that is still one success.
Okay.
Because you met your target number of 12, and that's the one problem with this dice rolling thing. So as you kind of come down and say you even peek around the next corner, you see a chest in each of these little alcoves.
Okay.
And you also find a sewer manhole as well.
I'd like to investigate the chest.
Okay.
So this one, it would be a perception roll as well, would it not? Or just passion and reason, possibly?
Yes, I think so. Passion and reason.
Target number of 11, I think.
Okay.
So 2d20, let's see. What happens? We got an 8 and an 8. So I got 2 successes.
Great. Well, you can see it's a very ancient chest, and we're just going to roll because you did so well. We're going to just roll it into, there was no traps or anything. You were able to easily pick the ancient lock and open up the chest. And inside you find a skeleton where all the bones, it's a skeleton of a baby, a human baby, and all the bones have been dipped in gold.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm actually, and even though Zax has said one momentum for Chad, I'm going to actually have that as a DC of 2 in order to allow you to check for traps and open it all at once.
Okay.
Hope that's fair. Would you like to do anything with the skeleton? It's a baby skeleton dipped in gold.
You're baby talking gold. About me?
Mm-hmm. Chad, it's your turn.
I think... I don't know. I don't think so, no.
Okay, well, why don't you think about it? Because that's actually, you've opened something up. Let's go to Zax now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
No idea.
Okay, so let's hold.
We were worried that you were with your husband.
Nah, I just... He fixed it.
Oh, tell him thank you very much.
We don't have your contact. We don't have your contact phone number or email address. Something goes wrong.
Okay, so let's go back then, and we'll hold off on Zax's turn, and we'll go back and we'll finish off Patterson and Tanz's turn. So Patterson, it's your turn. You were, I believe, getting fresh with Tanza.
I was. I said that as we were alone, it may be some time before we get another moment alone, and I gently embraced her.
So... see, how should I react?
Does he lose an arm? Do you kick him in the nuts?
I place a very firm hand on his bicep, and basically ask him, "What are your intentions?"
Oh my God! You guys are having the talk, the relationship talk. Oh my God!
Safe sex.
I'm gonna cry. This is so romantic.
What exactly are you doing?
Make sure you have no kids. We have too much trouble around us.
My dear lady, I can assure you that I never make a pass at a woman unless I fully intend to marry her.
Oh my God! I'm gonna cry.
Okay.
This is beautiful.
Well, and how many women have you made those passes at?
Oh.
A man may fall in love many times, but
Only
he
once.
can only give his heart once.
Only once in the past, and it was the drink that killed her. She was hit by a Guinness truck.
Oh dear. Talking about the luck of the Irish on that one.
Oh.
But not since that cruel moment have I ever loved a woman until now.
Oh wow. How romantic. Fall in love with somebody gets hit by a truck. Sounds like my dating.
Okay. I think I know where to go with this. We have known each other for, let's
2
see,
minutes.
About 6 days.
6 days.
days.
Oh shit, I thought it was a lot longer than that when I joined the campaign. Oh, never mind.
So,
Hey,
you
there
have
is.
fought along, I tell him that you have fought alongside me, but you have not yet fought for me.
Ooh.
Damn.
I will not say that your suit is unwelcome, but it may be slightly premature, and you will have to prove yourself.
Then onwards, young lady, and I will follow. And I gesture.
Follow or lead?
Oh, I'll gesture. I'll start walking up the stairs then.
Does a man wait upon a woman, or does he seize his own destiny as a warrior?
Well, when you put it that way, we can sit here and debate, or we can get a move on.
I gracefully give the Barsonian version of a curtsy and follow him up the stairs.
Aw.
Can I ask a question,
Yeah.
Patterson? So inside, how is Patterson feeling inside? Because it was kind of like a maybe, but you just laid your heart saying, I intend marriage. And she's like, well, you got to prove it.
Well, considering I was in the Great War, if nothing else, I can adapt, and I feel I've just got to adapt to the situation and prove myself. So at least I've got something to work with.
So your heart isn't crushed. You're up for the challenge.
I think Yeah, go on.
I wasn't trying to shatter the heart, just sort of poke it a bit and see if it stood up.
Fair enough.
I quite like that. I like a challenge.
Huzzah! So go ahead and move yourself. You can move a lot more than what you just did, Patterson. So go ahead and move yourself.
Oh, should we go up to everybody else now?
So as you're going down the corridor, if you are moving, then as you come to that first stairwell, you see and hear Pamela and Had talking about what she found down below. You hear them talking about the sewer entrance, and that she found this big. Yep. And if you want to stop, you could, and if you don't, you can move on to the next level. It's up to you, folks.
Cool.
So if you want to interact with them, feel free.
Taz is happy. I mean, she had a crush on the married John Carter, and then she tried to make a play for his son, but his son was too young at the time.
Oh. How young?
Well, she was friends with the son when he broke the shell. Unfortunately, by the time Carthoris reached puberty, he had already fallen in love with Thuvia.
Oh.
Okay, so Patterson, did you want to say anything to Pamela as you go down the stairs? And
what are they? Core. What goes on now?
And Pamela, if you want to reply, feel free.
Nothing much, just an old sewer system that ties the underground, lots of tunnels. Nothing interesting.
How do you suggest we proceed?
Cunning.
I think we should just follow the others that went upstairs.
Right.
All right.
Let us all proceed together then.
Yeah. Do you guys all want to move up all together? Let's just get you
Yeah.
all on the same level.
Yeah, let's skip ahead a bit.
Let's move ahead. Okay.
Da-dun!
So Tanza, you can move on up with everybody to that main level where everyone is,
Yep.
and then have your turn if you like.
Tanzania like gags at the garbage chute. Like the look of the garbage chute. Very disgusting looking.
Well, it's not recent though. It's 30 or 40 years old, so it wouldn't really smell, and it's only going to be like bones and stuff, and shattered pottery and stuff like that.
So is it my turn again, or just
Well, we're just going to have Tanza finish up her turn, and then
Okay.
you are already, Chad, you already kind of went when we had that
Okay.
little break. So after Tanza, we'll let Zax go.
Okay. I've lost track.
I know, me too.
Wait, it's still my turn?
Yep, still
Yep.
your turn. You come
Okay,
up
let's-
and you see this room. So again, the room with the blue box is the
I'm
garbage
just
chute.
gonna. Let's see, it's a garbage chute. What can you do with a garbage chute?
Think Star Wars.
Is it going up or is it going down? I guess really.
It's going up.
Have your
Okay.
lightsaber out.
Takes flashlight. Sticks it on long sword. Here, lightsaber. So I go up and I'll investigate it. So I'll roll that. I'll roll for investigation.
Are you just looking, or are you gonna? You're gonna go
Poke
right
it.
into it.
Poke it, look at it.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
Hang on. Technical difficulties with the dice roller. Okay, so same thing. Examination.
Yep, reason plus whatever.
There
0 successes.
I get a face full of bad smell.
Well, it doesn't smell. It's like 30, 40 years old. There's nothing fresh. There's no fresh maggots or anything in there. But what you do, yeah, it's piled up. You think perhaps it could be cleared, but it might be a lot of work trying to move everything out
I
of
poke
there.
it with my sword, and a big cloud of dust comes out that gets in my face and my eyes, and I can't see. So I can't see clearly enough.
Okay. And moving on to Zach. Thanks for being so patient.
Zach hasn't been very patient. He's grumpy with a scowl on his face and saying, "Are we ready to move forward?" And takes the flashlight, and the flashlight is going first again. Heads down this corridor.
Okay. Huzzah.
Again, my pistol is still out, and I'm paying attention to anything that might be laying in wait.
Thank God. Okay. Okay, as you shine your light further down, you see some pillars of another chamber before you. You can go closer if you wish.
Okay, I'm going to come into the edge of the room beside this pillar.
Okay, and I will reveal the rest of the chamber. So you see a small chamber. You see a big pile of rubble in the left center of that left wall. And it seems like it was an entrance, but is now completely covered by a rubble slide. So rock slide. And I'm going to play my rock slide effect because I want to.
Whee.
Yay! So yeah, you have an entrance here completely blocked by rubble. You guys have a garbage chute that's blocked by debris. You have 2 sewer entrances. One that Pamelia found, and one right by Chad that Chad spotted but hadn't done any investigation at.
Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to come back to this direction and relay what I've seen to the team.
Okay. And that's going to be Zax's turn, and Pamelia is your turn now. But if you guys want to have a group discussion right now and get out of the turn thing and discuss what you guys want to do,
I think we should
let's do it.
get together and talk about what we found. We've got all these sewer holes, and we've got these treasure chests. Like, should we try and open up the sewer holes and see where they go, or should we go for the treasure chest? Like, because we're looking for a way out of here, obviously, right?
Yeah. The thing is that the sewer system it's a labyrinth. It might take us way too long.
Might take us where?
Ooh,
Might take too long.
If it's a labyrinth, could we have David Bowie singing?
Can you guys do this in character?
Down
Let's say you all get in that room and you all compare
You'll
what you
find someone true.
Let's do it in
Why
character.
do we go down the sewer or look in the treasure chest?
I think we've got to go down the sewer, otherwise we have to backtrack all the way to that to where we teleported in. There's really nothing else close by.
Like, I'm wondering if somebody can help me with this sewer hole over here near the other treasure chest.
And again, the garbage chute seems like you might be able to clear it out and climb up.
To go down it?
You could possibly move the rubble from the other entrance, and then you have 2 sewer holes. So there's options, right? Depending on which way you folks decide as a group you want to go.
Well, that one's... We're not having very much success with the other sewer. So should we do the garbage chute then?
Yeah, we could do the garbage chute and try it. But
Do we have consensus, people?
Yeah. I'd like to do that.
Garbage chute, sewer, or block tunnel?
garbage chute.
We're garbage chute, I think, yeah.
Yeah, garbage chute sounds like a better idea.
Block tunnel seems like a lot of work.
Okay, so how do you guys want to do this? Are you going to push the Jasumian in front with his mighty muscles and everyone else get a snack and pull out your water and kick back and watch him work?
I think
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yep.
Right
Okay,
on.
so I hold my flashlight to give Patterson, good visual of all of his heavy labor.
Do you guys want to do a teamwork test on this? And that means we'd make Patterson the leader, so he would do his role. If he got 1 success, then we would then have the assistants, which would be the rest of you, roll 1d20 and add any successes to his success to see if he can clear out the garbage chute and make it so you can pass through.
Sure.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay, Patterson, if you could please do a might and reason roll.
This might be a crazy suggestion, but should we do an investigation roll before we start clearing it out?
Well, we already
I already did.
Tanza already did it.
Oh, you already did?
I
Okay,
tried.
sorry.
I got a face full of dust.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yep, just bear with me a second. Okay. No momentum this time. Here we go. 1 success.
1 success. That is good because you're going to need 4 successes to get up there. So everybody else roll 1d20 and you're going to be using your target number of your might and your reason.
Might and reason.
Okay, so we've got Zax has already rolled.
So
Did you have a
12.
target number, Zax? So I don't think you have a target number, so please redo it.
Okay.
So
it's might and reason's your target number and roll 1.
I got 2 failures.
Okay, listen to me once more, everybody. You're rolling 1d20.
Oh, 1d20.
With your might and reason as your target number, because you are assisting the leader, which is Patterson.
Okay.
And Patterson doesn't roll anymore. He's already rolled.
I don't know what that
one
number is.
success.
Okay, so we got Tanza,
I got a success.
Zax, Pamela, and Chad. Did you roll it again, Chad?
Yeah, I did, yeah. I don't know what the roll was, so it was blocked by something. Just double check.
Okay, it looks like it looks like together you have the 4 successes. So using teamwork, you are all, thanks to Patterson's leadership, able to clear out the garbage chute. And as you pull everything out, you're able to dig out a path that gradually leads up. It takes you several hours, and you come up. And as you clear the final rocks, and you seem to have gone up at least 100 to 200 feet up.
Can I, elevation. I want to be like all alpha male as I sling the rocks to one side. Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. And as you come up to the top, Patterson pushes off the last big chunk of rubble before you. And as you come up, you guys face daylight. And you all clamber out of this garbage chute into the floor of what appears to be a ruined building that has appeared to, if you think back to World War II and people getting bombed during, World War II, like crumbling buildings that have been hit by bombs, and that will take us to a new screen. So hang on to your hats. I'm now moving you folks.
We don't wear hats. We wear headdresses.
Oh, I thought she said hang on to your hat.
And you will now come to a new map. I hopefully brought you all there. Please make sure you pull out the zoom so you can see it all. And you will see that you have arrived at the city of Zudanga.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Wow. Oh, great.
But in character, you guys have actually... Sorry, I'm trying to get my maps all lined up, especially for viewing public.
Really worried it was going to be the Dark Fortress from Kroll for a minute.
Oh, Kroll.
Sorry, I just had to change the camera angle on this for our recording.
Kroll's the best movie ever, come on.
Where they call something a glaive, but it's not really a glaive.
If the spelling's different, at least that's what I tell myself.
Okay, so you folks come into what seems to be the ruin of a palace that had been bombed out a couple of decades ago. There doesn't appear to be anybody around. If I could please have Tanza and Pamelia roll knowledge checks, and we'll use reason and, let's say, empathy for your target numbers.
I am not seeing where we are on this map.
Well, you're not on the map. I'm showing you the city map. I'm going to give you more information once you do your rolls.
So reason and empathy?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Reason and empathy for a little bit of a knowledge check
and
here.
I also got my noble... Just hold one second. I think the name of it.
Well...
Reason and empathy for your target number, and then please roll 2d20.
Okay. So...
I got nothing.
Okay, it's all on Pamelia. And if everyone could make sure we're moving into a different scene now, so everybody remove 1 momentum from your momentum pool, please.
I'm trying to find where we are a second.
Wait, if this is supposed to be Zodanga...
You don't actually in character know that yet. That's why I'm having you roll.
Oh, did you call it Zodanga? Because I'm seeing half-orc quarters and dwarven quarters.
Yeah, and you know why? Because we don't have actual maps of individual cities out there, so I've had to use D&D resources to make it work.
I'm sorry, I was super confused as to the. I was like, when do they have half orcs and dwarves in Zodanga?
Well, I'm actually having you guys do knowledge rolls, so I can see how much information about the city I can actually give you. Right?
We're not actually on the map at the moment, though, right?
No, there are no tokens on the map. That's why again, I'm having these people do these knowledge checks so I can see how much I can show you about where you are on the map as you come out of the garbage chute into this ruin. And unfortunately, they all suck.
Yes. I can't believe I wrote the exact same numbers as Tanza.
I know. Look at that. That's nuts.
Did you have your a talent or anything, Camilla, that you were looking for?
I don't know, but I just...
No, my noble harness gives me a +1 to reason when doing knowledge tests.
All right.
So I added that already.
A smart harness. The latest technology from Barsoom.
Okay, I just want to take a quick look at Camilla's stuff too.
Well,
Snake eyes. Patterson got snake eyes.
That's good, right?
Yeah, it's too bad Patterson wouldn't in character actually have enough knowledge, because that is great rolls, man.
Yeah.
That is fantastic rolls.
I know.
Sure.
That's the most ironic roll ever.
I need to save that type of roll for tomorrow.
I would say we're in a city.
Good one.
Wow.
Well,
Say that, or
I
just-
can't
or
believe you
some-
both failed.
No shit, Sherlock.
Wow. Well, let's
So I
break
do
a
it
whole.
like-
Let's break a whole bunch of rules. Does anyone want to? Actually, it has to be
Do I have to do a
Tanza. Or,
knowledge roll too?
it has to be Tanza or Pamelia, because they're the
Oh,
only
is
ones
it?
in character that would have any likelihood of knowing. So,
Oh.
did either one of you want to use a luck?
I will use my momentum. Well, actually, I want to use my luck.
Yes. Okay. So remove the luck.
I use a
I only
couple
need
luck.
one of you. I only need one of you to use luck. So, Pamela.
All right, Camilla. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
and that way, Tanza, you might need it for later. So,
Okay.
being from helium in Zidanga, you probably gonna need it later.
I was gonna say use a momentum.
No,
Okay.
it guarantees the roll.
Okay, so Pamelia's used her luck, so I can give you some more information then. Pamelia pulls out from another secret compartment in her harness her bat utility belt, which is a damn useful thing. What appears to be a map of Zidanga. And as you guys come out into this ruin of this palace, and so you're kind of coming out into like what seems to be what may have been like servants' quarters. And again, there's no roof on this ruin anymore. The walls are crumbling down, and you step out of the ruin onto what appears to be the top of a rise of a hill. That this used to be a palace of a great size. And you stand and you look out and you see before you a city. So this, where you're at, you're on top of a hill in the ruin of a palace. I just need to bring something from a different level. Pamelia takes a look around, gets her bearings, looks at the different landmarks, and as you can see, there are several hills in the city and connected by various causeways. And you can see in the bottom that there's one of the great canals that provides water to what remains of Barsoom's great urban centers. So this is Zendanga's on the edge of one of the great canals, and so there's a little bit of water there with a little bit of the docks and stuff for trade through the canals between different urban centers. As Pamelia gets her bearings, she gives a gasp of surprise, and she tells you folks that we are on or in the ruins of Sab Thane's palace. Now, for the background, for those of you who haven't either watched the movie or read the books, back at the end of Princess of Mars, you had John Carter and his green Martian Tharks who attacked Zidanga to stop the forced marriage of Deasia Thoris to Sab Thane. And then Helium came and bombed the shit out of the city. And if you read Swords of Mars, you'll see that there were parts of Zidanga that were never really rebuilt. And this particular part, if you see, I just put out a label. This is where you are. You are on this rise. This is Sab Thane's palace.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you guys can see.
I see the red mark.
You see the red mark? Okay. Let's see if we can.
Says
Okay.
Guardian
There, you see up
Citadel,
here?
Right. Yeah.
Up in the upper right-hand corner, you guys are on this plateau, and this is the ruin. And most of the rest of the city has been rebuilt over the last 30 years, but they left this palace as a reminder of the might of the Helium aerial forces and of Sabthane's great shame and all the hardship that his actions brought to his people. So you guys are in these ruins. The rest of the city is functional, okay? So you can ignore the labels as far as half-orc quarters. Obviously, that doesn't apply to us. But things like as far as the dry docks are going to apply, Justice Rise is really going to be the JetX.
So maybe the half-orc quarters of the FARC embassy.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. We can go with that, actually. But I've put a little label here for under the Justice Rise. That will be the JetX Palace. And because Pamela has a map, I'll reveal a little bit more. We have a Sorcerer's Rise will really be the neighborhood for the High Nobles. Darkness Rise is actually going to be the poor quarter. Well, not really. It's going to be actually the Central Merchant Quarter. Sorry, it takes a while to bring it up to the proper token. So Slave Market is going to be the Central Market. That's got a little yellow there, marking there. All the embassies for the different nations to Zidanga are going to be located on Lux Rise. And we'll just reveal that. And we'll reveal this. Tarth Embassy is there. You can see it highlighted now. So, thanks to Pamila's map, you guys should have some good knowledge. So, that's where you are. You are at Guardian Citadel, which is Sabthan's ruined palace, with easy access with that ramp down to any part of the city.
Okay.
Now, I would ask Chad to make sure he read his session 4 in character.
I know I've got. I can go into the eyes here, and my character has actually changed. See, my yellow skin. I have to change my skin.
So you do have a disguise kit, and in that disguise kit, you have a selection of pigments that you can spread over your body, so you can disguise the yellow color.
Yeah, that's what I want to do, because right now I stand because of my skin color. That's what I'm doing, because it would be red, right? The screen. Yeah,
because I mean, looking at your party, Firstborn are rare, or Okara people, the yellow Martians are rare, and Jasumians are rare, if not even hated, because of John Carter's history with Zanga. Also, don't forget, Tanza, that you're wearing the metal of Helium, and Helium and Zidanga are not necessarily allies, right? There's unfortunately.
So for me, I should put red pigment.
This is a red Martian city, so if you want to blend in, you guys should consider that.
Should be what I do. Yeah.
Now the other option too is how you guys are going to move around the city, and this is something you should talk about. You are in Zidanga. It is, as you've read, probably the worst city on Barsoom. It's got a very underground criminal culture. They hate Helium because of past wrongs they perceive as not being justified.
Okay.
So, and I put those little kind of things in the Facebook group to give you an idea. This is a massive Martian city. So the towers are quite high. It has public transportation, but none of it's as fine as Helium. This is a relatively disheveled Martian city that's been through a lot. It's been through a lot of wars. Any questions, or did you guys want to role play like an in-character discussions of what you're going to do?
I'm now red. Red skin.
Okay. So Chad has used his disguise kit to turn himself into a red Martian. That would probably include you shaving your beard, Chad, if you're totally cool with that.
And because of the laws of pigmentation, He tries putting the red on his yellow and turns
Orange.
Townsend starts laughing.
Is it like Orange Crush?
So go ahead, in character, you guys. How are you guys going to proceed?
Well, where should we go, guys? Where should we go? Gallows? Should we go down the ramp and see the Justice Rock?
We have to be careful. This is a city full of cutthroats and thieves. If we can find an airship, I can get us out of here. But we're a long way from being safe. We need to be careful.
Bloody Zedangans coming here, taking our jobs.
There is a red light that's down earlier. I just thought I'd mention it.
Pamela, do you want to have some input too? Pamela, you have probably the greatest knowledge of the city.
Hello?
Hello.
I didn't hear anybody.
Did you
there
hear
for a
that,
second.
Pamela? You guys are just kind of having a in character discussion. Did you hear any of that I said where you are?
Some of it, yes.
Okay, you are located at the Guardian Citadel, which is the top right-hand corner of the map. That is really.
What? You just got blanked.
You're located at the Guardian Citadel at the top right-hand of the map, which is really the ruins of Sabthan's palace that were bombed out by the Helium Navy.
Okay.
Back from the time of the Princesses of Mars novel.
Okay.
You guys are on a hill. You can see the rest of the city. Pamelia, you have a map of the city that has revealed certain locations to you. Primary of those locations is, that Lux Rise is really where the embassy from other nation states are, and that's where the Tarth embassy is. The Justice Rise is the Jadak of Zedanga's palace.
Okay.
Sorcerer Rise is the noble quarter of the city.
Okay.
There's the docks and the central market, which are where the slave auctions would be held, along with the red light district and that sort of thing. City Guard, self-explanatory. Other particular locations would be, if you guys want to go to the Temple of Knowledge or anything like that, then those are things you can feel free to ask me, and I'll tell you if you have in character knowledge of it or not. But this is the basics. So there's no tokens on here. I'm just giving you this view of the city so you can kind of, in character, talk about what you folks want to do. Now, Chad has used his disguise kit to turn himself into a red Martian and shaved off his glorious goatee or beard.
So what I'm kind of looking for is a sort of objective or commonality to tie us together, because we're all kind of from different places. And I mean, I guess for Patterson, it's just finding somewhere to settle down because he may never.
Did you read your in-character notes that I put in for the session?
I did, but I may have missed something. I read some of the you know why? Because I had the wrong guy up, didn't I?
Yeah, Had doesn't have one. I put it for Patterson.
Yeah.
So you give Patterson a quick read. There should be a tie in each one of your character sheets that gives you in-character motivation for what you may or may not want to do in the city. So go ahead and take a look at those. And obviously, in character, you may not want to share everything with your this group of people that you escaped from the slave caravan with, because you might have different goals, right? Or you could ask for their help, because there's this Barsumian thing that once you fought together, there's a level of loyalty that comes between warriors.
For me, I'm looking for a song. I just want to share that.
So in character, you're sharing that.
I'm now sharing that. I haven't put that before. I need to find the scientist. It's quite serious. He's our top scientist, and that's one of my missions. That's my main mission, actually. He's an expert at helium manufacturing. I'm trying to think where in the city he would be.
My suggestion would try the slave market and stuff like that. Something that important would make a lot of money.
And let's not forget, there's a commonality that most of you are going to know that this city has gangs, and I think I put that in each one of your notes. And these various gangs pretty much run the city and bribe the officials and have different territories that are their turfs, and they compete with one another for dominance in this city, right?
Yeah.
And of course, that lady that tried to buy you, that very beautiful red Martian woman that did buy you from the Warhoons, she had specific markings on her body as a member of one of those gangs, and she left and departed this Warhoon slave camp in a very opulent flyer. So there's that particular clue. Who is buying all these slaves from the Warhoons and bringing them to Zidanga, and for what purpose? And Chad knows that if any group was able to accomplish the kidnapping of his nation's finest scientists, it was most likely probably one of the assassin guilds that are based in Zidanga.
Yeah.
Well.
And I hope, Patterson, did you read your thing about Jane Potter?
Yes.
And you would have already shared that with Tanza. You would have told her during your, nights around the campfire about this other Jesuian woman.
Tanza was rather. She hit it well, but she was decidedly. She's like, well, we should probably go to Helium and get help to find her. Just get some other people to go to find her.
Yeah,
because she is worried about the effects of being rescued could have upon a young woman. She's thinking about the Barsomian definition of princess rescued. It doesn't occur to her that an American might have a very different viewpoint of girl rescued by boy.
Okay, well, talk amongst yourselves, folks, and decide the next course of action.
Well, I have simply a concern for a fellow human being and would like to know what happened to her. And also, it seems like there are a number of plots and conspiracies going on in this city. Perhaps some of them even tie together.
Come on, like Zax and Pamela, you guys need to give your input too.
Yeah.
We gotta move. We gotta move this thing forward, please, people.
Do you think?
Yeah, we're going quite slow.
Sorry.
So, I don't know if can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just having some problems. I need to go to the market because I'm looking for someone specifically. So, if you guys want to come, you can come.
Sure, let's go.
Which market are we talking about? There's one market, floating market and the central market.
Central market.
And I'd really like to get Zax's input too before you guys all head up.
Yep. Well, is the slave market at the central market?
Is there a slave market there?
Yeah, I'm interested in if I'm not going straight for a ship, I'm interested in checking out this slave market. There might be other crew that we can get to help us once we get the ship to get out of here.
I don't see a slave market. I mean,
it's right next to the central market. It's highlighted with a yellow circle,
okay.
And there's a slave market written in red.
Looking for the scientist, is that you?
I am. That's me, yeah.
Is it? I'm going to ask you if you think it's possible that it's a bit out there, but if it's possible that this woman was buying up slaves and had an agreement with the Warhoon in that respect, and was also then supplying them to the scientist, then lining up all the dots.
Well, if we're looking for people, it is possible they're all together. I don't know.
Possibly for some cruel experimentation. I don't
Exactly, right?
Well, we were just previously sold, so somebody could be looking for us. So I think we need to head towards the central market, the slave market, but we also need to be very discreet about it.
I agree.
Standing here talking about it is not getting us anywhere.
Yes, I understand.
Okay. Who would like to go first?
I'll lead since I have the map.
Good idea.
Good person with map should always lead.
Okay. Norm, check your phone for a sec, bud.
Oh, somebody just sent me a message. Is that you?
Yes.
Oh dear. Oh, Zach. Would you like some of my red dye?
Okay, again, this is a red Martian city. The firstborn are going to be very rare. Okar is going to be very rare. Now, if you want to stay,
you don't have to.
You don't have to.
Well, I can't imagine that it's going to look, terribly authentic, over my, brilliant ebony skin. But we can try.
Well,
yeah.
see,
Well, we all have bad.
In the novels, it does work.
Okay, then fair enough.
Sometimes you have bad suntans. I've had bad suntans.
Okay, then
I go tomato. I don't tan. I go tomato.
Okay.
I'm an Englishman in Zerdango.
Don't forget, you guys.
Tomato, tomato.
Don't forget to Saturday Night Live. You always had Eddie Murphy do his makeup as white man and do this white man skit. So it is possible.
I've heard they're going to make fun of Canadians.
On Saturday Night Live.
Okay, so we have Chad has graciously transformed Zax into a red man, and if you had a beard, you got that shaved as well.
Okay.
I stand out like a sore thumb. So
what color are you?
White.
White.
Did you want to get changed as well? Because Chad does have a disguise kit.
I have multiple.
Yeah, I better red up.
Is there anybody? What else are the other?
Is anyone else doing anything for disguise purposes that I need to be aware of?
Well, I go over to a fountain, a hidden fountain, and I get cleaned up because we're going into a city. We've just been thrashing through trash, and
yeah, unfortunately, it's a ruin, and there are no fountains, and anything that was there was decimated by the bombing of helium.
Well, surely there's got to be some sort of broken lines or something.
You'll be fine.
I really want you guys to think you are going essentially into an enemy city. You need to start thinking about that. Okay? So
thinking about what you got broken up.
Yeah.
You are going into an enemy city.
Okay.
Enemy territory. That's really run by a bunch of assassin guilds. This is a dangerous place. So you need to start putting on your spidey sense and your spy thinking, or this could turn very ugly very fast. All right, folks?
All right.
That's your one warning you're getting from me. Otherwise, go crazy.
So I think that we need to head out in pairs with a little bit of a stagger so that we can see one another but not all be grouped together.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to take off my noble harness and put it in my backpack.
Well, you could also just take the metal off of it or any distinguishing features of it so that it seems like a plain harness.
And I'm going to put my gun away as well.
And don't forget, you guys have gotten currency from the dead lady's body that perhaps you could go in and get changed into Zidangan currency.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Plus, we have gems and stuff, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So don't forget that, and don't forget you may have connections that could help you folks. I don't want to spoon feed you guys, but you know what I mean. I'm just trying to get you thinking.
I'm gonna say, well, let's go in and start, seeing if we could trade some of this for food, because we need food. We're all tired. Maybe we could see, because you know how the second book, when they go to John Carter stays at an inn at the North Pole, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So second or third. So I'm gonna see, maybe there's one of those. Tired. We're all hungry. We've got tons of gems from the one woman. Let's go see if we can, get cleaned up or get rested.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, let's do something.
Sorry, I would have been more assertive, but it just doesn't make sense for my character because he does not know this place at all. So.
Okay, so where are you folks going to try and make it to?
So well, the central market was where I was going to sell my headdress.
Okay.
So
let's follow him there. Let's follow him there, the central market.
Okay.
Following Pamelia. It makes sense because Pamelia does know a lot about the city and has the map.
She has the map.
Yep, I have the map.
Okay. Can you actually, Pamelia, let's just do, have you roll how well you lead them through the city? And let's do that kind of as a knowledge check using the map. So let's do reason.
Knowledge check, so do I get my harness? Okay.
You have your harness. You just hid in the metals into the various pouches, so it's not so obvious, right? What your identity or that you're from Tarth. So your harness just looks like a plain noble woman's.
Oh, 1 success, 1 failure.
Okay, great. So with that said, you are able to navigate them down the ramp into the quarters, through the main city. You skirt around the Jedek's castle or palace, because it's well guarded by the city's militia. And I'm just going to make a little roll here as well.
Okay.
Oh, okay. And as you folks come through, as you try to get past the Sorcerer's Rise, you're stopped by a patrol of Zidanga militia. At least Pamelia is, because she's in. Actually, no, Pamelia gets through. You guys are going down by twos, right?
Yeah.
Who's walking with Pamelia? Tell me who the twos are.
Sure, I'll walk with her.
Guess who I'm going to walk with?
Okay, Pamelia and who? Speak up. Who's going to be partnered with Pamelia up front?
Walk with Pamelia up front, sure.
Chad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chad.
So that leaves Zax and Had. And then we're going to have Tanza and Patterson.
Okay.
Okay, you guys are all walking. Like, this is a very busy Martian city. The streets are filled with people going up and down. And you keep each other in eyesight. And because I rolled 2 successes, the patrol actually stops Tanza and Patterson. And the sergeant of the patrol, Heliumite, what, how, what, show me your visitation papers. And he's kind of rough with you. And they have this snotty attitude.
Sorry, you broke up there. What did it? Helium light?
Heliumite, show us your papers.
Oh, helium.
Because Tanza did not take her heliumite metal off of her harness, they recognized it as a helium harness, and Zidanga has no love for heliums.
Yes.
So they want to see your papers. Not you,
papers
but to Tanza.
Oh, right.
I could do a fitting in thing.
You're not with her.
Nope.
You guys are ahead of her.
Yes.
Tanza.
Let's see. I'm trying to think. I'm thinking of an excuse. I'm trying to think of an excuse. My papers are. I fell in the water, and my papers all got destroyed.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check, which is going to be empathy, I guess, plus maybe passion.
Okay.
And then it's an opposed roll, so I will roll this fellow's.
Okay.
So empathy plus passion. 1 success, and let me roll this fellow's. Empathy, passion.
This is what I was going to twat him.
I was clumsy. I fell out of a boat down at the shopping district.
They start laughing. They start muttering something about stupid helium falling into the canal. But looking at the state of you and your colleague, because you're so messed up and muddied and everything else, it's actually, they actually buy it and believe it. Give yourself one momentum.
No, they.
And they kind of sit and look at you. Well, you better go to the Jadak's palace and get replacement papers. I'm going to put you on report, and if you don't get replacement papers, next time you encounter the militia, there will be consequences, Heliumite. This is our city, not yours. And then they continue on their way.
Understood.
Okay, so as all that was happening, we had Pamela, Chad, Zaxxon had moved forward. They didn't see that it was happening to you folks.
Yeah.
And so you guys have now, Danza and Patterson, lost sight of them. And this very busy, crowded thoroughfare of people and animals and calots and transportation vehicles and flyers. So you've lost sight of them. Let's see if you can do what do you guys want to do? You've lost sight of the main party. So you're about at Sorcerer's Rise?
So maybe I asked Patterson, I say, can you do a bit of a hop, not high enough to attract any attention, but slightly higher, but either slightly higher than a Barsoomian can hop, but not nearly, a Jasoomian leap. See if you can see them.
Okay, I shall lean into you and say, as you wish, and then I'll jump up.
Great, that's going to be Might and Daring. DC of 1.
No Princess Brands fans in the audience? Never mind.
Oh, I get it. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Best movie ever.
Yeah. So we're looking at Might and Daring.
Put my little background. Yes, Might and Daring. Daring for movement and Might for your use of your...
Oh, we're in Baghdad.
There you go. Little background music for being in a big city. How we do? Yay! Yes, you're able to hop up and you spot the back of Zax's head. And let's say you land, you quickly grab Tanza's hand, and you guys start rushing through the crowd to get back to your comfortable observation position. And then within about half an hour, everyone seems to arrive at the Central Market. They're at the Central Market. It's, and hence the music. It's just try and think of like maybe actually an open air market, very much like a bazaar type thing. Think Morocco. Morocco's not a bad idea. There's little stalls all over the Central Market selling various wares and produce and supplying services, various shops. And if you want to zoom in, you can actually get a closer look at the Central Market, just, the shape of the buildings and whatnot. And so you're right where the yellow circle is. How would you like to proceed? What kind of stall, or did you want to go to the slave market? Did you want to get something to eat? There are in Barsoom, they have sort of hotel things. If you read the Swords of Mars excerpt I put out in the previous session, they have men and women's separate kind of hotel type things that are basically little cubicles for your sleeping silks and furs that you can rent, and no one will touch your stuff.
Women get their own little room, and men have to share like army barracks.
And there's little kiosks filled with that you can go and buy, like anywhere, buy fast food, street food, or there's restaurants that you can go and sit in as well with patios. I mean, this is a very metropolitan city.
Wow, drive-throughs too.
Does anybody have the skill? I don't know how you would say it, but let me just write it out. That or equivalent.
I need that word explained to me.
Carousing, it means like to
have fun in a party-like setting and carry on.
While getting information.
More than just hang out, I think.
Yeah, that's my job.
So if we kind of followed your lead in a restaurant, I think we might be able to pick up information. I think a restaurant is a good place to go. So mix, mingle, and pick up information.
Okay.
All right, so off to a restaurant. Well,
Yes.
a seemingly nice-looking restaurant is just to the northeast of the central market. Pamela, you asked a nearby person they could recommend a place for the afternoon meal, and they recommend the Silver Banth Eats.
Okay.
As opposed to Silver Dragon or something like that, which is a well-known dim sum place in Calgary for those of us who live in Calgary. Instead, you get the Silver Banth Eats. So there you go. That's that little red square that I've now brought up onto the corner, and just zoom in on the map if it's too small for you. So if you get a recommendation there and you folks enter in the back of the restaurant, there are restrooms if you want to go and freshen up and rinse your face off or whatever you'd like to do.
I would like to do that first before sitting down.
Okay. It's quite crowded because it is time for, like I said, the midday meal. So it's packed full. There's servers here and there. It's not one of the fully automated restaurants that are found in some places in Barsoomian cities. This is one where there's a human touch to it all.
Okay.
Well, we should just kind of all act normal apart from our face man who needs to do his bit.
Zach's just going to go and find a chair at a bar or some common table and sit away from the group with a good view of what's happening in the restaurant.
Okay, you're going to sit alone, hey?
Yep.
Alone and apart, and pretend not to be associated with them? Is that kind of...
Yeah, I'm going to pay attention to what's going on, but I don't want to be associated with the group.
Fair enough. All right. And what are the rest of you guys doing? Are you going to sit together, or are you going to sit separately?
After freshening up, we'll find... I guess it's just seat yourself, right?
You can sit together. You can sit as a group or separately. It's up to you.
Pint of warm beer and a packet of nuts, please, mate.
We'll sit together.
Okay, who wants to sit with Pamela?
I think I'd like to sit with him.
You're a gentleman and a scholar, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll sit with Tanza, of course.
And where are you two? Are you guys going to sit with Pamela and Chad or not?
Yeah.
If they're not being all like standoffish.
No.
If they're not being standoffish.
I don't think so. Are they?
All right.
I don't think so.
Cool.
No. I'm very welcoming right now.
Okay.
So I'm going to sort of whisper to Tanza. So these people want your enemies?
They were until John Carter appointed a new a new Jedak after their defeat. So now they are. So now they're sort of forcefully our allies. It's complicated.
Ah, so they're Germany.
What?
What is Germany?
Germany.
I'll explain
No.
another time. A Jedak means like emperor.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
I see.
What is emperor?
Yeah.
Your liege lord, your ruler.
Oh, yes, then absolutely.
Yes.
Certainly.
I'm going to survey the restaurant to see if any interesting people come in.
Oh, when
Okay.
he said Germany, I looked at him oddly because I'm sort of making this up. The word Germany, it sounded like a very strange, silly, almost rude word in Varsomian.
oh,
So I kind of look at him like, almost like he had said, smells, it said like, sounds like a dog. It was kind of like the translation. It sounds like a. So I kind of looked at him like, what do you mean by sounds like a dog? What is German?
Fair enough.
Cultural misunderstanding.
I'll just grin.
Pamela, you were looking over the rest of the crowd, the rest of the patrons
Yeah.
of the restaurant. Do you want to go ahead and do an empathy reason check as
Using
your
empathy?
Yeah, because empathy is how you, when you interact with others, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like an insight check almost. So empathy and reason. Let's see what you see.
we need the scene from Star Wars right now.
Star Wars or
cantina.
Star Trek?
Or Star Wars, you know, the cantina where the guy gets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yes, very
Han Solo.
One success.
Okay.
Although I'm not looking for any bounty
You
hunters.
see actually a group of men that have very similar, that tattoo pattern that you saw on the beautiful red Martian woman that was going to buy you.
Yeah.
You see a group of them, Pamela.
All right.
You see them wrapping up their meal, kind of having like boisterously chit-chatting, talking. They're over in the corner. There seems to be a few tables around them that are empty, and no one goes back to sit there. They also seem to be getting very good, very prompt service from not just the staff of the establishment, but from the owner of the establishment who's serving them himself. And he brings over iced desserts and fine wines and that sort of thing, groveling almost before this table of men in the corner. And they look like a rough sort.
Okay.
Okay. And just so you guys know, Had's taken up a position at a table by the door, alone, eating lunch.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what Pamela's doing. Does Zax, what are you doing? So you're sitting at basically a bar counter that's packed with people. I don't know if you've gone to any ramen noodle places in Calgary, but at lunch they're packed. And so when there's no tables left, all the singles sit at the bar and eat their noodle soup. And so you're there, and it's, you're there with there's at least 20 other people sitting around this bar with you.
Wait, there are restaurants that are specifically for ramen noodles?
Yeah, growing gun.
Specifically,
Funnily,
it's huge. And once they run out of ramen noodles, they shut her down.
Funnily enough, I was in a little Moroccan place today having lunch, so it fits.
That's great.
Yep. So Dax wants to take a look around. Hunched over my bowl of noodles, and see if anybody's paid attention to the group coming in, if they're attracting any attention from the crowd.
Okay, let's roll it. Let's do the same thing. Let's do an empathy reason check as you're scanning the crowd.
Okay, of course I have no empathy, so this will be shitty.
You can do it.
And because I do have no empathy, I am going to use a couple of momentum here.
Please do.
Okay.
Nope.
Wow.
That's a few
Okay.
successes.
Oh, and you got a 1, so you got actually 4 successes.
Huge success.
Okay. Awesome. So I spent 2 momentum and get 3 back.
Okay, wow. Actually, you do notice that there seems to be a fellow down the bar that's kind of noticed Pamilla's table, mostly because you can see him kind of like looking, squinting at the harness. You watching him, watching them. You're kind of behind him, but you can tell from his body language and stuff that he's looking, squinting at their harnesses, that they're almost too plain for Zidanga. The fact that they're messing metals and stuff like that. And the fact that Pamilla's messing any kind of metals distinguishing her city or anything. And the fact that Tanza has helium metals of her particular city on hers.
Which I then, actually, I want to say that I took those off.
No, you can't after the fact.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you should have said it when you did it, but right now you're at the table, so if you want to go to the bathroom, but he still spotted you, so if you want to go to the bathroom and change it, you can, right? But this is why, that's why I was like pressuring you guys when you're at Sab Than's palace. What are you going to do to disguise yourself?
Okay.
That's why I was nagging you guys about stuff like that. But at this point, you still have the helium metals on your harness, and he spotted it, and he's very interested. And Zach's, you've been able to see that, and you're keeping an eye on that guy. You also spot the group that Pamela spots. And gosh, you did so many successes. You make 2 and 2 with the tattoo marks as well. In common with the beautiful woman that had bought you at the Warhorn slave traders. So nice roll. Really well done.
Okay. So I'm going to, because this leaves me with an excess of momentum, I'm going to give Pamela a momentum there, because it's more than I can carry anyways. And I'm going to try and kind of catch her eye and nod, subtly in the direction of the individual that's been paying attention to them.
Okay, and does anyone see Norm? Where's Chad? Chad's not on the board anymore. Norm, are you still there?
Oh, yeah, Chad kind of disappeared on us.
Chad, where are you?
Popping here. 1 second. I just lost it.
Okay, well, it's okay as long as...
Oh, he's back.
Here.
There you go.
I'm
okay,
back.
good. Okay, you scared me, man. Like, oh no, I don't want to lose Norm. Okay, so that's Zach's. Chad, what are you doing? And you have a lot of social ability, too.
My gut, I should look at my talents here, because I think I can do disguises or impersonation, right? I think we should try and find some information. Because I've got something called fitting in. You're an adept at convincing others to consider you one of their own. I think I should go to... Is there a bartender in this place?
Yep. There's lots of waiters, bartenders...
I think I should...
You see the owner. You see the owner of the restaurant going back and forth to that one particular table too.
I think I should talk to the owner, and I could do a fitting in, and add a bonus D20 with tests to convince others you belong in a place or group.
Okay.
You may, and I think I should try and get some information, but.
Okay, how are you going to approach the owner?
Guys, any ideas? Like, should we ask about how to get to a spaceship, or should we ask how to get to the slave market? Like,
spaceship?
He means a flyer.
A flyer, yeah.
An airship.
Like, because right now we're looking for a couple different people, right? Should I ask? Just say I need a slave, or how do I do it? I know. I mean, normally in my own I don't do that in my own personal life, but so I need some help here. Any ideas? Would the owner, like a bartender, the owner might be more too intelligent. I might want to go for a bartender or something like that, right?
Well, I'll give you a jam, a jam, as like just in case you need it for a bribe.
Yeah, I think that would be good.
Usually in these situations, I sort of speaking to who am I speaking to? Who's just speaking? Yellow man.
Chad.
Usually in these situations, my friend, I find an information broker. Usually there's a shady-looking chap with dark glasses and a pipe sat in the corner.
I was just thinking if there was a lady or thing, it might be helpful right now. Is there any boy or ladies in the evening around? Oh dear.
Well, this isn't quite that type of establishment. It's semi.
What do you mean it's not?
Well, it's like it's more like a, I don't know, like. It's
Is this
not
like an Applebee's instead of like a Twisted
It's
Applebee's?
not like going to the it's not like going down to the St. Louis or something like that. It's a little bit above that. It's probably more like going to
well, you were saying you were
the
mentioning
Nash or something.
Toto bar, like it was like Girl and Gun sort of thing. So there's no rent boys or girls they can prod information from.
You could definitely find those in the red light district.
That would be that's probably where we should be heading.
Yeah, but it's like I said, it's midday, right? So this is there's a lot of people here too.
I think we go in, because we've all been traveling so much, we go and find a bunk up, rest, and then we all meet at the red light district in 4 hours.
I think we need to do something with the group that has some tattoos. Try to get more information from them, because this might be our only possibility of seeing these people.
We could wander into their territory and bust them up if that's what you want to do.
No, I want a sweet taco.
But Chad was going to do something. So let's have Chad finish out his thought with what he was going to do. Approach the restaurant's owner.
I think he's too intelligent and too connected. I think we should go to a bartender or something like that. That's just me. You
want to talk to the bartender?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's just say the waiter's coming, giving you,
drinks
your meals and some drinks.
What information should I ask? Like, what are we looking for? Like what's our main goal, right?
I don't know.
Do you want to know about the men that you saw in the corner? Do you want to know their identity?
Yeah.
At the table, or no?
I think so. Let's ask them. Oh, those guys! I think I recognize them.
You can also, there's a lot of things you can ask, right?
Yeah.
And so just look at your sheet.
Okay. I'm thinking let's ask the waiter comes by and ask that. Like those people over there.
Okay, go ahead and roll it. So you got a special talent for that, right?
I have to look at my. It's a.
Let's bring up.
That was
let's bring up Chad.
So
let's show everybody to Chad.
D20. So I could do a D20, but I'm not sure what one which one I would be doing.
Add a bonus D20 to convince others. Yeah, let's just add that to your interaction with
so
fitting
it's adding a bonus D20.
So normally you do 2 D20. Using this, you'd use 3 D20.
So 3 D20, but my bonus I should be. It would be reason and passion.
Empathy.
Empathy would be better, so it'd be
empathy and passion.
So that would empathy and passion. So it'd be a 9, I guess. Would was the number.
And you get this way: empathy, 5, passion 4, 9, and you'd be rolling 3 D20. And if you want, you still have one momentum you haven't used? You could bump
I'm thinking
that up
I
to
could
4.
use a luck. I could use a luck.
You could use a luck for sure.
And that would give me one success.
For sure, double success.
Right.
Yeah, let's use a luck.
Don't you also get +2 for the disguise kit?
I do, yeah. So I could that would give me 11 for my +2, right?
Yes, 11 would be your target number. Thanks, Zach, for reminding us of that.
So right now, I'm rolling 3 dice for 3D20.
Without using your luck or using momentum, you're at 3D20 with a target number of 11, thanks to your disguise kit.
Let's roll.
Ooh, good one.
And I got three successes.
Ooh. Okay, so the waiter, you whisper into the waiter's ear. You flash him the gem that Tanza gave you. He whispers back into your ear to meet him in the back. It's to go past the washrooms, down the hall, and meet him in the back storage room by the kitchen.
Okay.
Do you go?
Yep, I go. But my knife is slightly out, though. My dagger is out just in case.
Yeah, I always have to have that dagger out.
Okay, so as he leads you into the storage room with mop and bucket and cleaning stuff, and he closes the door, he says, "Let me see that gem again." And you hand him the gem, and he holds it up to the radium bulb light in the storage room, and his eyes glint with greed, and he'll tell you anything you want to know. So what would you like to ask him?
I'd like to know about those guys in the...
He goes, that's the hand. That's and their leader, Karth Valab. I'll spell it for you guys if you want to write it down. Carth, Karth, and then Val, VAL, -AB. Karth Valab. He is one of the main guys, the main made men in the hand. And the hand, he explains, is one of the largest, most powerful gangs of Zendanga. You don't want to fuck with the hand. And he's like, he says, or maybe you do want to fuck with the hand. And he gives you a little wink and leans closer into you, Chad. He goes, you shouldn't go near them unless you know how to deal with that kind of person. He goes, they're involved in everything in this city. They have their hand in everything. Their influence goes up. Their influence goes right up to the Jadak, if you get my meaning.
Okay.
And he puts his own hand. He puts his own hand on your shoulder, Chad. I'd hate to see such a nice fellow as you getting involved with people like that. And they say the hand likes to... If you cross the hand, you'll end up in the canal, floating in the canal. With the Usos. So be careful. What else do you want to know from him? You can ask him anything you want, Chad.
Anything I want?
You did such a great role. And and definitely, I'm going to make sure.
I'm going to ask him about my scientists. I'm going to ask. I'm looking for. Do you know where I'd find a scientist that's being kidnapped?
He says, "Oh man, I'm just a waiter." But if and he's like, and then let's assume you said any yellow men or Arkar. He goes, the head deals with exotic slaves. There's not many that do because it's so rare. But if there's exotic slaves, like non-red Martian, that's they and another gang known as the Mockers.
Yeah.
Those are the two gangs that specialize in exotic slaves.
Crazy stuff.
You could find, you could go to the slave market because all exotic slaves have to be registered at the slave markets once they arrive in Zendanga, so they could be suitably taxed by the Jadak.
Okay.
So I haven't heard or seen, but I work all the time. I'm just a waiter.
Oh, wait.
But this gem you gave me, my friend, this gem will change everything for me.
Oh, good.
What else do you want to know from him? He's like dying to tell you everything because this is more wealth than he's ever seen.
Oh, I think we need some other stuff too. Here. I think we're looking for some other slave too. Just one. Remember who else had?
Okay, right then. Someone bangs on the storage door.
Okay.
And they go, Zil, get back to work. What are you doing in there? You do that not in my restaurant. You do that in the alley, you dirty. Get back to work. and he quickly, grabs you by the shoulders. Be careful, my friend. You have one last chance to ask him something, and then he's going to go.
What would you suggest for us to go that would be safe for us?
I suggest you stay away from the hand. And then
Stay
he
away from the
opens the
hand.
door and he takes off.
Okay.
And he yells at his boss, "I quit! Fuck you!" Gives the Martian salute and goes out to the kitchen, grabs his cloak, and off he goes. Giving a big F you, one finger salute to everyone in the kitchen and the bus boys and everybody else as he leaves. And he skips out of the back entranceway from the kitchen. So no one in the front of the diner, in the front of the house, is aware of any of this kerfluffle, and the owner's swearing at him as he goes. And Chad, you manage, as the owner swearing at the departing waiter, to slip past the owner unseen, unnoticed. And there's a big uproar in the kitchen, and the owner's yelling at everyone in the kitchen, "What are you looking at? Get back to work, you fools!" And you go back to the table.
Yep.
And I've just updated your momentum, by the way.
A momentum? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So
So that was Chad.
I'm basically letting the other people able to know what I've found out and just avoid the hand and who these people are. If there's any exotic people looking for these people beside us, or we should be talking to, but we have to be careful. Because they're very dangerous.
Okay, so we had Pamela do something, Chad do something, Zax do something. Let's give Patterson and Tanza a little bit of screen time.
I'm just keeping my head down because I've already caused enough issues with the whole falling in the water and getting my papers damaged thing. I'm just trying to keep out of sight. I'm not trying to do anything. Just trying to enjoy my food. I'm actually explaining titles of royalty, and I'm actually working on updating Patterson by telling him about titles of royalty, and he's finally realizing his how the thing when he called me princess. So I'm just explaining that to him and just trying to keep my head down.
You're explaining the princess versus chieftain,
Yep.
all of that?
You call him princess. You call him Dr. Jones.
Oh my god, that was funny. Okay, and Patterson, what are you doing as Tanza's explaining the customs of her people to you? And let's just say too, there's going to be an aspect of being in awe, because this is the first alien city you've been in.
Well, there's going to be a what?
This is the first alien city that you have been in.
Oh yeah. Arsenal. So what's going on to one side of me there at the moment?
Well, you got Tanza educating you, and then everyone's having lunch. You see the group in the corner that's isolated, and everyone else is staying away from, boisterously finishing their midday meal. Out on the street, you can see domestic throats being hauling carts up and down. You can see transportation things. I mean, it's a hustle and bustle of the city. Is there something in particular you?
Chad is in a different place, right?
Chad had gone into the storage room, come back out, sat at the table, and shared with you folks what he learned from his informant. So you have that knowledge now.
I've come back.
He's come back.
And shared it, yeah.
And whispered hushly amongst yourself everything that his informant told you. Or told him.
Right. And everybody's got weapons?
It's Barsoom! Everybody's got weapons.
Cool,
It's almost like the United States. It's almost like Florida.
Except in the United States, we all go around armed with like double-barrel radium guns rather than Bowie knives.
It's funny. I actually own several weapons, but none of them are a gun. You just can't get them here. It's really, really hard to get a gun. You can get lots of other things, but anyway.
Yeah, I've got a couple swords, several daggers, several karate weapons.
Yeah. I'm just gonna kind of look and see if we're being watched.
Okay, go ahead and roll empathy and passion. If you're surveillancing the crowd around you.
Right, let me just catch up with that.
So you're going to kind of look around but still pretend like you're interested in what Tans is telling you, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm listening, darling. I'm listening.
And I was up until a point. I'm just... 2 successes.
And 3 successes because you rolled a 1. And you only needed 1. So add 2 more momentum to your momentum pool. And let's see here. So as far as spotting anybody, you see the fellow at the bar that's was looking at Tanza, and as soon as you look over at him, he turns around a second too late. Like you notice that he's eyeing your companion, and you're not sure in what kind of way.
Lean into Tanza and maybe put a hand on her gently to look like I'm sort of smoozing with her, but I'll whisper in her ear that someone's watching us.
Okay, so I play along, sort of lean in closer, and I start pretending to giggle, like he just told me a joke.
Fabulous.
No, it really is that long.
All right. So just at that moment, the group of the hand fellows rises from their table. They very arrogantly walk past the owner, who grovels and who says, "Your lunch, your meal is on the house, Carvel Ab. It is a pleasure to have you come to my humble establishment." And you see there that the leader, which everyone seems to be kind of deferring to, is someone of this Karth Val Ab is somewhat of an important figure. You know, this man seems to have an air about him of command and authority. He, everyone kind of defers and moves out of his way. He smiles and clasps the owner, forearm to forearm, and Martian kind of handshake, arm shake, whatever you'd want to call it. Even though he seems quite gregarious and his smile quite inviting, he does have somewhat weaselly features. Kind of a thin nose, a long, thin face. But he says something to the owner, some kind of jest that makes the owner smile and visibly relax. He also, waves to the barkeep and to another table of patrons as he goes out, touching the hand to a man's back and greeting him and saying a brief hello, and that whole table smiles up at him as he departs the restaurant with his thugs in tow. This is a man of some influence, is the jest I'm trying to give you. And they leave the restaurant and cross the avenue, and everybody knows it's him leaving. They don't even try to hide anything. They're the bad boys in town.
Should we go after him and try?
I think so.
Does the individual that was watching the table, has he left as well, or is he still sitting there?
No, he's still sitting there.
Okay,
He seems to be nursing a fruit drink of some sort.
Okay, I'm gonna get off my chair, walk down and stand behind him, and put my finger in his back, as if it's a pistol or something, and say, those are my marks. What's your interest?
In the middle of the restaurant?
Yep.
Gosh, you're...
Okay, ballsy. Let's roll. Let's see, like some kind of persuasion check from you. So again, empathy and passion. And if you have any talents that would help you intimidate this fellow.
I have I have Cruel Beauty.
What's that do?
Does that apply? That's this sheet's cut off. Hold on, I'm pulling it up. Give me a second.
Here,
People
let's
underestimate me. It says, and then it gets cut off. So let's pull it up here.
show it all for everybody too.
I may re-roll any failed die in an attempt to deceive, charm, seduce. So,
okay. Let's use it. Yeah.
Let's do that, and I'm going to add a couple of momentum on that because
I'm going to make the difficulty with this. I'm going to make it 2 because this isn't just your Joe Blow off the street, right?
Okay, so I'm gonna use 2 momentum and roll 4.
Okay.
Against my target of 9. So let's see what happens. 4 successes.
Whoa! Nice. That was rock on. Okay, so you get 2 momentum off of that back to your pool, and he starts to you can feel him quiver because he's surprised that anyone made him. He's quite good at his job, and he's usually quite subtle, and so you've taken him completely by surprise. And he says, "What do you mean? Do you mean Karth Valab? Nothing. I don't care anything for Karth Valab."
Karth Valab.
Yeah, I said, no, I don't care about him either, but that other table that you've been watching, they're my marks. What's your interest?
He goes, "It's rare to see a heliumite in Zodanga. Any heliumite in Zodanga is cause for the Jedak's concern. You better beware. I am the Jedak's man.
Okay.
You better not try anything with me. I'm not the only agent of the Jedak here."
Fair enough. I'd say, yeah, that one's not too bright, but I probably have some mutual interest in that. That's my mark. I don't want to get in your way, and what do I have?
Did I miss something? I just had to go bathroom quickly. Sorry.
Sure.
Zax is just doing their thing, intimidating the guy at the bar that took an interest in Tanza.
Intimidating who,
Zax is intimidating this guy, holding up a finger to his back, pretending it's a pistol, and has done a forward success roll to get this guy to talk. And
wow.
Yeah, and he has just revealed to Zax that he works for the Jedak. He's an agent of the Jedak, and he's keeping an eye on this heliumite who just walked bold as brass into this Zodanga restaurant and wants to know why she's here. And any heliumite in the city will draw attention from the Jedak's agents.
Yeah, and okay, fair enough. And so I'd say, she'll be in the slave pens shortly. She's not one for you to worry about.
And he turns his head slightly and takes a look at you. "You've got a contract for that one. What about the rest?"
Yeah, they're all covered by the contract. They escaped the war wounds. Yeah, I'm bringing them in.
He gives you a shrug of his shoulders, turns back, looks at his drink.
I walk past him and go to the restroom.
Okay. All right. You're going to the restroom after that. I think he should be going to the restroom after that. He probably just shit his little tidy whities. After that. Do you want him to go to the washroom instead of you, Zax?
Sure. Yeah.
I think that might make more sense because he stands up and leaves his chair. There's a little wet puddle on his chair, and he hustles back to the restroom with some kind of lump in his little tidy whities, and he's away into the restroom. Okay, well done. Nice roll, nice move. So this
I'm
agent,
not sure I'm not sure that the Barsomian costume would allow for tidy whities.
Well, whatever, the little thong or whatever they wear with their little harness, whatever. Tidy whities sounds so much cuter. All right, we are at 4 o'clock. Isn't that our end time?
Yeah.
Okay, because Chance has got to go play Warcraft, right?
Yep.
All right, that's actually not a bad place for us to leave it, if everyone's okay. It looks like we're going to be doing another session.
Sorry, I missed.
Okay,
Hello?
yeah, we're at 4 o'clock, so it's time to shut her down.
Okay.
I guess we're going to have to do another session. Yeah, let's talk about people's.
Only Saturday that does not work for me is the 7th, because that's Orthodox Easter, and we've got like 3 church services that day.
I'm trying to think.
Could we do something in maybe? It would have to be. I mean, it'd be quite strange if I did it while I was in the States, but probably after.
Well, if we do it April 21st, I'll actually be on yours. I'm in France.
Yeah, if we did it April 21st, I'd be in the States.
We could do it April 21st, but I'll be in France. It's not a big deal.
No, I that would be difficult for me as well, because I probably
Would
be
it?
busy
Okay.
that evening. But
What about the 14th, everybody? April 14th.
I will be traveling. I'll be in the air.
Okay.
what about April?
How about next Saturday?
Next Saturday, actually, we are doing
Yeah,
we are doing
going on.
Victorian Vampire.
I can't really
A
do
live
that
session.
either. So
That's
I'm just
Easter.
wondering, we could either go for the 15th, or we could maybe go for May.
Problem with the
I feel-
15th is Paula has a D&D group with our other D&D group, Cursed Blood,
Yeah.
right, Paula?
Yep.
Would any other day of the week work for her? Like a Friday?
Well, as
I
soon as
could
we get
do
into
the
nighttime, then
20th.
as soon as we get into nighttime here in North America, it's really late for Maxie in the UK.
And I'll be in
Okay.
France then on the 20th.
Okay, and I'm going to be in Indiana from the 26th to the 30th. I'm running a John Carter session down in Bloomington, Indiana.
What about something like? I mean, I know it's a bit of a wait, but I think we all did very well tonight, despite the wait, and you know, it makes us appreciate it more. What about something like, I don't know, May, very early May?
Yeah, like May 2. Or I mean May.
May 5th.
Yeah.
4th, 3rd or 4th. Is that right?
I really hate to leave it to that.
The 4th is a Friday though.
I'm looking at the wrong year.
Okay, just wait. So can you guys just Norm, when are you out of Canada?
I'm in Dallas on the 13th of Friday the 13th, and then I'm flying to France on the 14th of April.
I'm sorry, what day of April?
I'm in April 13th. I'm in Dallas.
Yeah.
And then I'm flying to Paris, France on the 14th. So
Okay.
the 14th to the 28th, I'll be in France.
Okay. So April 20th. So that's really suckish for you. The 7th is bad for Tanza.
I mean, but I don't mind because I'm not a big partier drinker, so I don't mind
The 7th could work.
doing gaming at night.
Well, Tanza's got to do some
She's got
Easter things.
Like I don't mind doing an evening.
14th? No, we can't do the 14th.
Can't do
can
the
we?
14th. And
15th?
Max, you said you were coming to
What
the
about
United
15th?
States. 15th.
Sorry, what?
Max, you said you were coming to the United States. In
Yeah,
April?
it's just.
Does the
I'll be
15th
very-
work? Or no?
15th works for me.
Just wait. Let's
Yeah,
nail down Max. What's your availability, Max?
It's very difficult when I'm in America because I'll be doing different things. I could possibly go to an internet cafe or a gaming cafe one evening, but the
What
15th
dates are you in America?
I'm there for 10 days, or I think 9 or 10 days from the 20th.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my second night, but the 15th would work very well, a Sunday for a change.
Okay, so you're going from the 20th to when?
That'd be 1, 2,
Like
3,
May 2nd or something?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, from like the 20th to the 29th or 30th.
Okay. So
Oh,
you're in the USA, and then Paula, Paula has a D&D group that runs in the afternoon, Sunday afternoons, from 1 to 5. So she.
And I also,
sorry, go ahead.
I also have church that runs until noon. So.
Yeah. So Sundays are out for Paula.
If it's a one-off, and it could be a Thursday, I don't mind a weeknight.
Which day were you thinking?
Like maybe the 5th or the 12th.
I prefer the 12th. Well, the 12th.
The 12th would work.
The 12th.
My problem, believe it or not, is I work nights most of the time.
I mean, if you could do the 12th. Otherwise, we're sort of starting to look like we're back to May again.
We're back to May, yeah.
It's a busy month.
And I'm sorry, Dana, do you have any?
With Easter break and stuff, it's really.
As far as Dana, do you have any availability issues for April, Dana?
I have no issues until end of May. So.
Okay, end of May. Wow. Okay, did we get to everybody? Everyone's giving us their issues. Okay.
The 15th, mind you, that's bad for.
Yeah, that's a busy day for Paula.
Yeah. See, 14th is a travel day. 21st I can do.
I can do 21st.
But Max is in the U.S.
Oh, geez.
Right, so really.
I'll be just coming off a road trip that day between states. That'd be a bad idea.
Really,
yeah.
From anything from April 13th to the 30th is screwed for a lot of us because we're all traveling.
It looks bad, but spring break screws up because a lot of people take.
What about tomorrow night?
Well, tomorrow we're running our actual Calgary D&D thing, and we're actually running from 1 to 5, and to be honest, it's exhausting. I can't do 2 sessions in one day. It's pushing it doing it for the weekend.
I've heard until May the 5th. I mean,
it's either that or it's. But you said you can't do April 5th. A weeknight.
It's hard because I'm working stuff at night. I start at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, working until 3:30.
Yeah, and Tanza, like you are totally booked up for the 7th, right?
Pretty much, unless we do it earlier in the day. Like, I mean, hang on.
Which one are we talking now? April 7th?
Let me ask my husband what time the church services are at.
What time in the morning would that be if we did April 7th?
Well, I mean, we could be flexible, right? Because we could start. I mean, how's everyone for mornings? Because I'm okay for a Saturday morning.
I'm good for mornings.
I can start at 8, or I wouldn't want to start before then because I gotta have a shower and have breakfast.
What would that make it for me?
You're 7 hours ahead, mind you. I think you're 8 hours ahead. No, just wait. What are you now?
Well, France is 8, I think.
Because 12 our time is 6 p.m. your time, so you're 6 hours ahead of us. So 8
right
hours.
Now it's 11 o'clock, right?
It'd be 2 o'clock your time, Max.
It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon or morning.
Morning. Afternoon. Sorry. If we do 8. No, sorry, that's not right. 8 in the morning. No, yeah, it would be 2 p.m. London time. Right? 8 p.m. No, 8 a.m. in Canada. And then you're 6 hours ahead, so it would be 2 p.m. London time on a Saturday.
So it would be a Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock for me on the 7th. I could do that.
Okay.
But the problem here, if we did 8 o'clock Calgary time, is that it would be 6 o'clock in the morning for Tanza. That's 6 a.m. I don't know if she can do that.
She's 2 hours later than us.
Yeah, she's in Maine. So she's got Eastern Standard Time.
10 a.m.
But
no, I'm 2 hours ahead, so 8.
Ahead, it would be 10 for.
Oh yeah, it's 10. Sorry, yeah, sorry.
It might tie her afternoon up though, a Saturday afternoon.
What did your husband say?
I'm looking on the
April 7th.
April 7th church services.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You want to go earlier then?
What time would you have in the morning, Tabitha?
hang on, he's checking. Hang on.
We have such a busy lives, all of us, right?
Let's do it now.
Well, my friend's birthday. I'm supposed to be taking his Star Wars presents I bought for myself. My birthday.
Okay, I can actually do 2 to 6. I can actually do same time on the 7th.
You can?
At the same time. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 2 p.m. Main time,
So
It'll have to be tight.
6 p.m. London time,
And noon our time.
noon our time. But we could,
I mean 2 to 6 my time.
yeah, 2 to 6 main time, 6 p.m. Sorry, 6 p.m. London time, and 12 p.m. Calgary time. Does that jive up with everybody?
Yeah,
I
that works
think
for
so.
me.
And then we have to end on the dot at
Yep.
4.
So where are we today? We're on the
Well, if we want to end on the dot, like on that day, should we pick a May day just in case?
No,
Well-
let's just go with that because that
Okay.
I mean I'll be getting home from one church service and then
Okay.
I'll have the one right after that.
Okay.
And it usually takes us about half an hour to set up with everybody and make sure mics and
Okay.
and things are going.
How many weekends are there between now
Only
and then?
one.
3?
Yeah, it's next 2 weeks from now.
April 7th. It's 2 weeks from now.
Okay. So that'd be next weekend, and then we'd be the one after that.
Yeah, next weekend's Easter. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
we Orthodox tend to do things a little bit more complicated.
But the I take it the 7th is better than the 8th.
8th I can't do because I'm running my Sunless Citadel D&D campaign, and it's our last one after a year. It's their finale.
Okay.
So
It should
I
be
am super
fine.
busy.
It should be fine. I just need to make sure I'm not supposed to be doing anything in the evening. But I
Yeah,
might
7th.
be. But if that's literally the only time everyone can do, I'll have to see what I can sort out.
Yeah, and to be honest, I think this will be your last session. We should be able to wrap up the story on the 7th. You guys are so close to the end, you can taste it.
I think we're close.
You made it to Zidanga. You're very
We
close.
spent a lot of time, though, in those stairways wondering what was going to happen next.
All right. Well, 7th sounds good.
Okay, 7th at the normal time
Okay.
All
for
right.
everybody.
I'll see you guys later.
See y'all later.
Okay, thanks
Today.
everybody.
Happy holidays, everybody.
And
Yeah.
I'll
You too.
post the event shortly, and thanks for everyone's flexibility.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks a
Cheers.
lot.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Hey, Paula,
4.
can you stay on the line for a second, Paula?
Yep, I can.
You want me to?
Oh, yeah, Norm too, yeah. Because I'm thinking with the starter group, because I had, and I'm sorry, I had to move the starter group
I just
out
lost part of your
of the
conversation.
8th.
Pardon me?
I had to move the starter group out of the April 8th because I am
April,
wrapping
yeah.
up the other group. And
Okay.
then I had you guys booked in for April 22nd, but Chad, I don't think you're going to be, I mean,
I'm
when I
not
say
going to be
Norm,
here, though.
you're not
Yeah.
going to be here. Chris can't do it, and
I had it down for April the 8th as well, that group, too.
yeah,
And also Kobe.
Kobe can't do it, so no one can do that. And then
I'm
we're
back.
at the same
I'm supposed to be
problem.
back on the 28th. The weekend of the 28th. I fly standby all the time when it.
Yeah, and I'm flying out on the 26th, and I'm gone. So
Oh, that's
I
right.
think with the starter group, and we'll talk about this tomorrow, but just so you guys can start thinking about it, so we can talk about it tomorrow, is we might not have an April session.
Okay.
Okay.
Because you
Don't
guys
put a question
actually
mark
have,
there.
yeah, you actually have a couple more sessions, for sure. So we might have to do it in May.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and with that, we'd be looking at May 6th.
Okay. I'll put
Possibly.
D&D.
So just look at your things, and then we can talk about it tomorrow with the group.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. I hope you had fun.
I had lots of fun.
I had lots
Really?
of fun. It's good laugh.
Yes.
Do you guys think I'm too bossy with this online stuff?
No, I think we need a boss.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, it's a little bit. It's a little bit harder because you can't see people's physical signs of like, I want to talk, I want to say something, or you go ahead. Like, you know, it's harder
Well, if
to.
we're together, a lot of times you can tell people facial expressions that they want to talk.
Right.
Body
Oh,
language.
geez, I should have talked to Dane too. Dane, are you still
I'm here.
there? Oh
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, we were just talking about the starter group. Sorry.
Yeah, I figured.
I got 2 different calendars up, and so check your schedule too, and we'll talk about it tomorrow. Because again, I don't think we're gonna be able to fit April in, which it really sucks. But
Yeah.
Well, I'm taking my mom it's my birthday in April as well, but I thought I'd take her for my birthday.
yeah, who would have thought April was going to be such a busy month? But yeah.
Yeah, well, this is the first time she's been to France.
Oh, that's exciting.
I told her for my birthday I would take her anywhere. She turned 80 this year.
Mhm.
So that's what I decided to do. I told her my birthday